Let us start with costoclavicular approach of brachial plexus block. This is one of the newer approach for infraclavicular brachial plexus block. This block is described by Dr. Manoj Karmakar sir in the year 2017. As you are seeing here, for this block, the patient should be in supine position with the arm abducted and the head turned towards the opposite side of the block. In this picture, you can see the clavicle and the cut pectoralis major muscle and the pectoralis minor muscle and the subclavius here, and axillary artery, axillary vein, and the three cords of the brachial plexus lying lateral to the axillary artery in the costoclavicular region. So in costoclavicular brachial plexus block, you will place the ultrasound transducer somewhere here in transverse orientation with marker facing laterally. This is an excellent picture from Nysora. There are 5 different positions of ultrasound transducer to define the anatomy relevant for costoclavicular brachial plexus block. As you are seeing here, these are the 5 different positions. The probe has to be moved laterally and little caudally for each and every position. We'll see one by one. The first step is to place the probe transversely over the clavicle, above the midpoint of the clavicle, with the orientation marker facing laterally. What you'll see is the acoustic shadow formed by the clavicle. Since the ultrasound rays hit the clavicle and nothing will get penetrated, everything will get reflected back, thus forms the acoustic shadow. In step 2, the probe is slightly moved caudally until it slipped off the inferior border of the clavicle to see the axillary artery and the axillary vein, the first part of axillary artery and first part of axillary vein. And then with the same transverse orientation, the probe is tilted little cephalad so that the ultrasound beam reaches the costoclavicular space. Costoclavicular space is the space between clavicle and the second rib. Here you can see the zona anatomy, the skin subcutaneous tissue and the pectoralis major muscle, subclavius muscle, the axillary artery, axillary vein, the serratus anterior, and this is second rib. Here you can see the neural elements, the brachial plexus, cords of the brachial plexus, lateral cord, medial cord and posterior cord lying lateral to the axillary artery. Here the brachial plexus are sandwiched between the subclavius muscle and the serratus anterior. Here you can see the posterior cord and the medial cord lying in the same compartment, whereas lateral cord lie in the separate compartment. The next step is to move the probe slightly caudally and laterally until you see the cephalic vein arching over the cords of the brachial plexus and draining into the axillary vein. Fourth step is to tilt the probe even more caudally and laterally until you see the thoracoacromial artery, which is a branch of second part of axillary artery. This is a Doppler sonogram showing the origin of thoracoacromial artery. Thoracoacromial artery itself has 4 branches: deltoid, acromion, clavicular and pectoral. The next step, or step 5, is to move the probe even more caudally and laterally into the lateral infraclavicular fossa. Here the sono anatomy is skin subcutaneous tissue, pectoralis major, pectoralis minor muscle, axillary artery and axillary vein, and all the 3 cords of the brachial plexus, lateral cord, posterior cord and medial cord. Coming to the needling technique, both in plane and out of plane approach have been described for costoclavicular brachial plexus block, and further in plane, both lateral to medial and medial to lateral have been demonstrated. The advantage of medial to lateral injection is you can avoid the osseous obstacles like clavicle and the coracoid process, which can hinder your needle alignment. This image shows a spread of local anesthetic in the costoclavicular space. You can see the local anesthetic surrounding the lateral cord, posterior cord and medial cord. In this picture you can clearly see the posterior cord and medial cord are surrounded by a separate compartment, whereas the lateral cord lies in a separate compartment.